Okay. Starting that recording again. For those watching the VOD, the PC crashed, overheated. Thankfully, Picato saved the previous recording, so we're not out of luck. Just a bit frustrated, that's all. Once everyone gets back, we're going to start combat once again.
Did you get my question?
Let's see here.
Alright, curious question from my side.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed a lot of the times when I talk, my little icon doesn't light up. But can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Cool. Just makes me a bit worried that sometimes when I say small things in a low tone, that it's either missed or, just getting transferred through.
Cracking open a cold one with the boys.
Cracking a cold one.
I do prefer using glass bottles, but cans are cheaper. Because then I can actually, get the nice sound of a bottle cap opening instead of
Also, the bottle cap opening, you can get like fizz and shit sprayed everywhere. Unfortunately, happened to me today.
Yeah, I've tried that before. Anyway, I am curious though, Janitor.
Mm-hmm.
What made you decide on a slot? So I was like 90% sure it was gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to find some Ashbite, apparition or something.
Well, Golboroth seemed like the appropriate influence for this creature, and Ashbite as a whole being the cannibal king. Golboroth being an old god of hungering death and chaos and devouring.
But Chronicler agrees.
Slightly, the Cannibal King was probably somebody who more embraced the aspects of it instead of resisting.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah.
I just don't often see slots being used, so that got me a bit curious.
This is the most creative use of a slot that I've ever seen, to be honest. Most people don't even use them. It's like,
This just went quick.
Yep.
Well, I mean, she has poofed from existence.
That's what worries me. The Chronicler is worried. He got a big ass, fuck ass lass, and a child of a god. F.
Oh no, he's concentrating.
Yes, chat, boys.
Would twins be ashamed if someone shot him with lightning? Or hit him with a sun sword.
Yeah, I imagine, hopefully he's got some sort of radiant weakness. That's kind of what I'm on him, the dark being and all. But we'll find out.
Indeed.
All right. When you get back, or when you're ready, just unmute and I'll know when everyone's returned.
I have returned.
Alright.
I'm going to mute, but that's to take a drink.
Alright. So we know the Sable's back. Avon?
I've been here.
Oh, okay. Looks like Atlas is here.
Look at you doing a fancy ticket, 20.
Yeah, there you go. So we got Avon, we got Atlas, McDuckers, we got Sable. I think we're just missing Gab. I think he said he was going to take a shower.
On Gab, it's gonna take like 10, 15 minutes.
The old 10, 15 minutes.
It's fine.
Nah, he's squeezed.
We got time.
Yeah. We got time.
Did he say he was taking a shower?
No. The other. Yeah. Porcelain throne is all I'm gonna say.
Oh, Shaz.
It's one of these. I'm very thankful for Picato's automatic recordings.
Yeah.
That way I can just download it, make it as a part 1.
Yeah. Thank God for that.
Meanwhile, I just witnessed somebody roll for stats for a character.
I'll be back.
They got a total of a 19.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, I took a shower.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Balth just said he'd be right back. Right as you came back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oof.
Also, Janner.
Yeah.
I like that. Floor sigil. It's very nice.
Yeah.
What is it actually from? Like,
It's literally just from like 2 minute tabletop. They.
I mean, I was.
Oh.
I mean, I was more referring to that it's at 69.
hey.
Wait, what?
Fucking goddamn it. If you look at it closely, it is look like 69. I was not trying to look at it that way, but goddamn it, I can't.
I don't see it. I just see like a P and a Q.
Nah.
Yeah, you got some funny looking 6s over in Sweet Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show get your damn mind out the guy.
So, how are we gonna? Where did Liska go, by the way?
She vanished. That's all we know.
Oh, right. Yeah, right. She was like weirdly banished. Right. Okay. I forgot. Totally forgot about that. And it's concentrating on something now.
I think it's concentrating on banishment.
Yeah. It didn't do anything else, right? You just kind of sat there.
I got like halfway through the turn before I crashed, so he's still got the movement left.
Right. Well, I can't really move anywhere unless you're gonna like go up on the barrels.
Oh, did we close the door?
Well,
I should hope so.
Toro had the key. She locked it on the way down.
Okay, that's good. Because we don't want this thing loosening. And Sentinel Gal ain't around at the moment to stop it from leaving. So we basically gotta chase it to the door, fuck it, steez up, and then, curb stomp it.
Squish the frog. Nobody here to create water, right?
I know it's a cleric spell.
Just no one light a match in here.
Yeah. I was mainly thinking about like we can do this to the frog.
Final solution,
Oh, no.
lights match.
Question: would lightning ignite the alcohol?
doubt it. I mean, it's just wine. Like, like wine is alcoholic, but I wouldn't say it's like,
Sorry.
you know.
I think you underestimate the power of alcohol.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
It is a legit question though. Would lightning ignite the alcohol?
It does tend to cause flames, so maybe.
can you ignite wine?
I think wine's different. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think wine's.
I'm not sure if wine itself is flammable. I think it's mostly like
Yeah, wine won't catch fire when cooking as it's low on alcohol alcohol content.
so
It's things like
This is
hardcore
dwarven
spirits.
wine we're talking about. Like,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't mean to say that dwarves are alcoholics, but
I'm not saying it, but
they
I'm
do
speaking it.
like that high proof.
I'm not saying it, but I'm speaking it loudly.
Type.
I feel like a dwarven spirit is akin to something close, very close to moonshine. That's just me, but
It's just moonshine that they put like grape soda in.
pretty much.
Now I'm
Yeah, it's
picturing
wine.
some.
Grape
Now
flavored
I'm picturing.
moonshine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have this in my head now, like a real hill type trying to make moonshine, but instead it's just like pure alcohol. Like there isn't even a question about it. It's just 100% alcohol.
Only dwarves could stomach that much alcohol.
Not even. Like you need poison immunity. Like
Like it-
full on poison immunity.
It doesn't
Like
even
alcohol.
give you. Yeah, it doesn't even have room for flavor. It's only alcohol.
You drink it to get drunk, and that's what you do.
I mean, it could be one way to poison other people, but like, holy fuck.
Think of all the wars that happened because dwarves were just like, "Hey, ambassadors, like partake in our festivities with us," and they just poison. like we didn't mean to poison him. We didn't know he couldn't handle his liquor.
Okay, hey.
Hey, there you go.
Give him alcohol poisoning.
All right, with Atlas
Yep.
back, I think we're ready to begin again.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep. I was called away to do something.
no worries. So let's get some mix back up. All right, so there it is. So, the Death Slard, as you now know it to be, lowers its hand back down, and it's going to clamber up on top of the of the barrels. This direction.
How tall barrel are they?
The barrels reach up about a full 5 feet. They're longer than they are. They're kind of longer than they are tall at this stage right
Okay,
now.
so he wouldn't provoke me just.
No, not quite. Well, actually, moving from there, he would provoke from you.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm gonna take full advantage of that, and another 13. Cool. I'm gonna refresh my fucking roll 20.
13.
That's-
Let's see. 13 misses.
Yeah, it missed last time as well, so I figured it was a miss. Carry on.
Let's see. That would be its turn. Used its full movement. Difficult terrain on the barrels on top of them. Let's see. Saoyun.
Yes.
No, it's my turn.
Wait. Why is it? Oh wait, no. Okay, never mind. Hang on. There we go.
Yeah, I think maybe Liska's like Niska
on.
disappearing made a bit weird with that. Although no, she should be after. So
Things are a bit fucky wucky right now with the turn order. Okay, there we go. Fixed it.
should be after Vellum. No, never mind. How high up is it now?
It's about 5 feet off the ground.
Well, damn. Well. Can I get up on that barrel?
You can climb on it, yeah.
Yeah, so climbing is half your movement, right?
And
Unless you have other features to specify, otherwise, then yes.
Yeah.
and
So moving here
walking
is 30.
walking on top of the barrels we consider difficult terrain.
Okay, so walking here is 30 feet,
Mhm.
and then up here would be 40.
30. Yeah.
Okay, good. Web.
Given a web.
Recklessly.
All right.
Oh, actually, let's just put on advantage.
20 hits.
That's good. 21.
21. Both of those hit for a total of
24 bludgeoning
all right.
and 5 fire damage.
And 5 fire damage.
Dang it.
You crack it twice in the back, slicing through this sort of a misty exterior. It's almost like cutting through black tarry fog. You can definitely see you're dealing damage.
Okay. Yeah,
You can see-
do have a...
With each
Yeah.
with each swathe of mist you cut from it, you watch as the mist is seemingly sucked back towards the ring near the desk.
Oh. Anyone got like a lava bucket or something? Yeah, I think that's it's my turn.
All right.
So we're still making this.
So Ian, what you doing?
Well, my plan was to fire a bolt of lightning at it, but Gronka crawled into the.
Krunka's small, it's large. You just aim up.
Yep.
Very tall.
I mean, true. I am going to use my lightning burst. So anything in a 5-foot wide, 60-foot long line makes a dex save, low DC, or takes damage equal to thunder. Half on a success, or half on
Okay.
if it succeeds. Dex save.
So is this any creature you choose?
Any creature in line.
In a line, okay. So technically that would also include Vellum and Gronka.
Okay.
Correct.
That is why I specify that people should, I want a clear line of sight. But
Yeah, I didn't catch that before I'd already placed myself, sorry.
yeah, I mean, I could try and go further back.
Could go up on the barrels.
Good do.
I'm not about to
Yes.
crawl up on something that can be broken and soaked in alcohol.
I mean,
There's worse things to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I
like
mean,
hit
if
by
you stand,
lightning.
yeah, because like if you stand here, then it's a straight line of sight to him there, without anyone in the way.
What you doing?
I can do jack diddly shit. I literally can do jack diddly shit.
Climb on the barrels and shoot.
You know what? Fucking fine. I'm gonna crawl on the barrel.
Alright. So that's half your movement speed to get up there. It's 5 feet, so 10 feet to get up onto the barrels.
Yeah. I'm gonna move to the back end of the barrel, up against the wall. And then I'm gonna fire at it with my fucking lightning.
Alright.
Make that dex save.
Let's see. That's a...
DC is 14.
DC is 14 to dex save. That's an 8.
Yeah. Yeet.
16. Ooh, nice.
Oh
16
look,
points
it
of...
actually has a different color if you get, a low roll and a high roll.
Yeah, it's neat. The rare blue damage.
The lightning surges across the room. And you watch as the barrels explode one by one.
Oh no.
I asked specifically if this would happen. You said it wouldn't.
They don't
Yeah,
necessarily...
I'm kind of curious if she's aiming up. How are the barrels getting hit?
aiming up.
I mean, it's a 10-foot tall creature, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a large
Yeah,
creature, so.
Well, it's less that the barrels explode, more that they just spill the wine everywhere. Just
There's no wine everywhere.
yeah.
Oh, there's
Seemingly
nothing to whine about.
Sorry.
This is gonna cause a kerfuffle with the royalties when they realize, oh fuck, where's the wine?
Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll
They're
just say
dwarves. They don't care about wine.
Yeah, plenty.
There's a reason this has been the way. There's a reason there's wine leaking on all the ground because they don't give a fuck. It's like, oh, that's where we store
They
the
drank it.
wine.
They won't bat an eye.
Yeah. The
So now the
wooden the wooden panels of the barrels just kind of fracture as the lightning scores across towards the Death Slard on the far opposite end, spilling wine and fractured wood parts everywhere. And it does indeed hit the creature right in the back.
the barrels that exploded, does that include the one it's standing?
Actually,
It would include the one Grunker is also standing.
I mean, if they both go down, that's good for everyone.
so because it's only 5 feet, there's no damage taken. You both just kind of drop to the ground in a puddle of broken wood and wine. Is that your turn, Sayun?
That is indeed my turn.
All right. Vellum.
Very soaked Vellum is going to waltz over here. And since this thing needs to die sooner rather than later, I'm going to go ahead and Fighting Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
To get me some advantage and temp HP. Oh wait, quick, did you say it was prone when it fell, or is that just...
Didn't take any damage when it fell, so it's not prone.
Okay, just wanted to be sure before I go wasting a resource. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to do my initial flurry. So that's a 1. Oh, got to do advantage, damn it. Good thing I did advantage. 12 is
12.
terrible.
That
Okay,
misses.
so that's my first attack. That misses. 20 should
20
hopefully hit.
definitely hits.
Okay, so that is 11 radiant. And just double checking. Yep, I'm gonna action surge.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck this noise. 18?
18 just about hits.
Alright, 12 more radiant damage. 24 hits.
Yep.
8 radiant damage. Yeah, I got it. Just swing at him enough
Liska.
in the concentration.
Liska, you apparate back into existence as you find yourself breaking from what you now see was the ring. No longer trapped inside the ring.
That's all I can do. So as soon as let me just scroll up and hit my Tick button. There we go.
Alright, Liska. What you doing, Liska? Alright,
Ain't she gonna swing?
alright. Bounding across where you kind of moved the barrels from. Bringing up the Slayer's blade. Thrusting it towards the Death Slud.
I also realized I totally probably could have used that Slayer's save thing. It's alright. It
probably
happened to be my turn anyway, and it allowed people to move freely. So
Yeah, there you go.
fuck you, Slod. Alright. So so she gonna attack. Gonna attack it. Oh, does the nat 20 hit?
What do you think? Yeah.
Okay. So there's 24 damage, and it's marked.
Does a 31 hit?
Hey, you never know. There's some creatures that it doesn't. I don't remember. I think. Anyway, yes. So it is hit, as you say.
And how much damage? 24.
24.
Alrighty.
And then Otromas
That hits.
for 17.
Alright.
You know what? Fuck this thing. Action Surge. Going to actually bonus action. Shield Bash. Let me see if I can knock it down.
Alright.
Prone.
I
what's
also
about the fight?
in your character sheet I added an attack called Shield Bash right at the very top. It should allow you to do that as an attack there,
Oh, okay.
like that.
Well, still needs to do an athletics comparison. So
Nice.
So 11 athletics. Okay.
I'm sure we'll finally
Check.
make it.
We'll see.
So roll to
There it is.
3.
Skill check. Yeah, why not? That's a 16.
Yep.
Okay.
And then more attacks.
All right.
With the hip.
You know what's funny about this fight?
Oh,
17
miss.
You can actually burn resources.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
17 just misses. You watch it
Okay.
as you thrust your Slayer's blade forward. It catches it in its teeth and wrenches it away.
It just disarmed me.
No, it just not wrenched
Okay.
not wrenched it out of your grasp. Just a flavour thing.
Gotcha.
I think it knocked it aside.
21, that hits.
13.
You thrust once more again, but instead of catching it in its teeth, you manage to twist your sword and it just catches it straight in the back of the mouth.
Alright. And this ends my turn.
It's looking very hurt already.
I just got novaed by a few people, so
Yeah,
understand.
yeah. Okay. Next up is Tora. She just stands there looking very impressed by all of you. She's going to
Yes, ignore the fucking wine spilling and just be impressed by our feats.
She does actually look at the wine and says, "Oh, my dad's gonna kill me."
Give me some fucking room! Leave me some room!
And she's gonna just fuck it, guiding bolt. Why not? We'll say guiding bolt at 4th level. Oh, that just about hits. So 13, 11, 12, 20, 24. She mutters a dwarven prayer, and sends out a beam of light towards the massive creature. And it explodes on impact in a divine rain of sky blue light that sort of gets engulfed by the darkness of the creature. But you can definitely see it's carved a hole straight through the chest. And the creature shrieks out in pain. Next up is Arngrim.
In his hand, rather than the thrower, he's got a small lump of clay that he's been shaping. And he shaped it into what looks to be a spike. And he runs up. This thing is large, and dwarves are medium, not small, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Alright. He's gonna stick his hand out right at it. Fuck you! And to right... Whoop, that's the wrong form of measurement. I need a ruler, please. From the center. So in the center of this 5-foot square, he's gonna smack that clay stone down, and I'm gonna cast Stone Shape. I'm going to make a 5-foot long and tall spike at the base of this thing and try and summon it so it will go up and impale the motherfucker.
Oh, okay, I like that creative use.
It's an inventive use of the spell, so it's not exactly for it. So I'll leave it up to you if you want to try something.
Yeah. I will say, go ahead and make a spell casting check. Just for flavour here.
Sure.
I like
So
this.
This is his
I like
this is his spell tech.
Oh right, okay, so yeah.
Oh!
26 spell
That
attack.
works.
That works. That definitely works. I like it. We'll say this is gonna be
It's a
nasty.
5-foot tall spike.
Yeah, this is fucking nasty. Let me get out some
Yeah.
improvised damage here. Let's see what we can do.
We need that emote of just right, but with Arngrim's face now.
Oh,
It's Arngrim pogging.
Yeah.
we'll say somewhere between struck by lightning, summoning into fire, or getting hit by a falling rubble, stepping into a vat of acid. So we'll say 3d10.
Alright.
Oh,
You want to roll it? Because it's an environmental effect and you're the GM.
I'll allow you to roll it. Go ahead. This is your moment.
That's 2. I want
damage.
3 then. Ha!
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Well, make the killing blow, Arngrim.
Alright, you thin-framed, doll-picked, goat-fucking milk-sop sod! Eat stone and die! Thunk, as he plops down the clay, and right in front of the spike, the stone floor just stone shapes right into a massive spike that comes right up through the bottom of this thing's jaw, out the top of its head with a little chunk of brain dangling on the very peak there, as it just limps.
You watch and see the form of the limp form of the massive creature begin to dissipate, slowly crumbling in on itself. Long tethers of energy seeming to spaghettify its form, sucking it like a cloud of ink down a vortex towards the glistening shine and signet rings gemstone. You can see a slight twitch in the arm as it happens, and there's a flash and a ting 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 as the ring seemingly jumps off of the desk and falls onto the floor, rolling to a stop. And the room goes quiet. You hear the faint sound of the creature stirring within the ring, injured, heavily injured.
Whew.
That Liska, you feel that single cold spot at the base of your skull seems to have dissipated.
Did it work?
I mean, I think so.
Assume dead.
Alright, let's go get some dinner.
Okay.
Sal just jumps down from the barrel and looks to Arngrim. Okay, 1. That was cool. 2. You have to show me how you did that.
Inspiration to Arngrim for that creative use of the spell, though, I will say.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, Macarena.
Well, I smell like an entire tavern, and I need more alcohol now. So
I
food and
won't
booze.
say anything if you...
Well, please don't like suck it up off the floor.
Why would I? Anyway.
No.
Food and booze. I think that's what we need.
That sounds good. I also think we need to talk to Father about this, what's happened here.
Yeah, we do need to have a talk. But
I do want to point one thing out. I'd like to say sorry about the barrels because I really did not anticipate this.
Look, it's okay as long as that thing's...
Oh, no, hang on. You mean that the... What's this thing called? What's it called?
It's a death slot, lad.
I did it.
Oh!
Yeah. It did it.
You're a clever little thing.
I mean...
works for me.
We all saw it do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No lightning
So
here.
Sal just looks between them for a moment before it clicks for her. Oh, I see what you did.
Aye.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass a
Quick
glass of tap mug to Vellum. Here you go, lad. Job well done and all that.
And
Up we go.
Alright. You all make your way out. You see Vardmir there, who's just kind of standing outside the door, making sure no one's looking into the sort of chaos that's probably been going on down in the wine cellar. She's just been standing as much guard as she can.
can we keep in watch, Vardmir?
No one seems to have heard. What happened down there? A lot of yelling and screaming and shrieking.
Frog.
Just do them with something before it becomes a problem.
Yeah, it's like a spooky ghost frog.
So did we actually pick up the ring, or just leave it there?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Oh, I thought somebody got it. I'm gonna pick up the ring if nobody will. Because
Okay.
cleric.
Shay.
Yeah, I ain't touching that shit. Like, I would, but...
Suddenly, Grunker.
Nah.
Yeah, you could delete that token. I just kind of had like the top black bar with all the actions on it was still there because I had my token selected.
Yeah.
Still. So I set like selected, unselected.
So you take the ring, Arngrim. You can feel the icy cold sensation against your gauntleted fingers. There is still some life to this, even if a bit faint. But you are relieved to know that no longer is this on Liska's finger. No longer is she at risk of degeneration, as it were.
Hooray!
Very good. I'm gonna go ahead and, from underneath his armor, pull up a little necklace, a little silver chain necklace. It's got his little family clan crest on it. He's gonna take it off and slide the ring through it, put it back on so it's hanging from his neck. So that way he's not wearing it and not attuned to it, but he's possessing it.
Yeah.
You know,
Like-
the safest place you can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was look at looks. It's like, oh, I was just gonna say you should melt it into, or not melt it, but put it into just a molten block of steel, and then use that just to build something, so nobody ever knows where it went.
Aye, but then it might be able to possess the material itself. The magics I saw worked as it was
The
on
evil
this
brick?
anvil.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you.
There is long histories of stories. Cursed bricks used by bakers, turning every bread made into sourdough. You don't want to mess with a cursed brick, lass.
Sao just looks to Arngrim as he tells this and just
You're full of bullshit.
no. At first she's like, "That's bullshit," but I believe you sort of face.
Magic
Even with an 8,
stuff.
Liska still thinks you're talking bullshit.
Magic.
Now, if it was Zerth saying this, she'd probably be like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about. Well, this guy's just an alcoholic.
Yeah. Could you just destroy magic items?
Throw it in lava or something?
Yeah.
Don't think something like this.
Cast
be
it in a
honest-
molten block of lead and throw it in the ocean.
These are all things, but then something else could find it.
Yeah, maybe.
That
I
won't
wait
let
to
me
it and
sleep
throw
at
it in the
night 'cause I
lava?
don't know. Then we might have cursed lava elementals that come about.
That'd be spooky.
To be honest, I don't know for sure what
if
will
lava
happen. I
attunes
just
to
know
it-
it's bad.
Can lava attune to it?
I mean, maybe.
I doubt it, but then again, with
Some
the amount of shit we've seen so far, I wouldn't put it past it.
Yeah, maybe something.
Yeah,
in
but
the
be
lava.
safe. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe something in the
What I
lava.
did see, there's a cursed name. Not supposed to speak it,
Bob.
but it was for. How did you know?
It was, I was attuned to it, and, that was just a name that kept popping up.
Is it
Bob.
Bob.
Is it Bob McRib?
Bob the Black. Aye.
Bob Maribs.
Bob maybe.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
How did you know about the Maribs clan?
We've been around.
I see. I see. But I saw this forged upon a black anvil. Everything touched turned to tar. The material itself would possess other things and had to be cleansed in some, well, if you could call it cleansing, some red-black ichor. Shining on it with a crimson light is the only thing that cast it off. I know some runes. I do speak giant. And I saw many curses on them. Although much of them were possession. And I worry that, in truth, there is the capacity that this thing could leach out, its influence could go somewhere. I don't truly know what will happen, but the risks are too great to just simply hope. I think we should take this to the king and the priests and see if there is a way to purify these artifacts, or at least I would
Well,
like to
that's what I
guard
wanted to
them
do in the
until
first
we
place.
can. Well, here's the thing. If they're purified, they become mundane. That's what was said earlier, and now we know that it gets its power from not being a powerful magic item that was twisted with a curse, like a prince that kills his older brother to take the throne, and is tainted, but rather something that was made to be foul. If you remove the curse, it's like taking the coals out of the oven. You remove what gives its heat, its power, and you'd just be left with the shell. No magic, no power, just a fancy paperweight.
I don't see the issue here.
Very
I
good.
think-
All right.
I
I just wanted you to
see
know
an
that
issue.
that whatever happens with any of these things that are of this lineage, there is no way to use them once. Well, there's no way to use any powers of them once they're purified, because there will be no powers left.
Well, yeah, that's the idea. We don't want this to continue cursing other people. We want to make it just. We want it to be just a fancy, well, albeit ugly ring. And the
I
Yes.
do have one issue I could see that's possible. Where would the creature go?
If it's from a different dimension back there, if it was born in this world from dark magics, then it's dead.
I mean, I feel like, given what just happened, we don't really care about the creature's life.
Not at all.
I say we kill
I'm
it.
more worried about us trying to purify it. It comes out and goes boogie boogie woo, and we have to do this all over again.
Maybe it becomes a nice frog.
I
doubt
don't
it.
think so, no.
A Dodd instead of a slot. Hey, Dodd. Just tells you bad puns.
Okay, that's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
I mean, I'm fine to let it come out and kill it again at a future time once we're certain we can kill it.
Yeah.
For now, we just need at least got to be safe.
Yeah. So it's more, less smoky when you hit it.
Good job on that,
So
by the way,
excellent.
Angrim.
Thank you.
Aye. Note to self. Clerics are not all just holy prayers and words. They're also throwing out spikes from the ground now.
Well, can do a lot of things. Including cook. Fuck my stew! And he runs to the kitchen.
No, wait, Angrim, the kitchen's that way. Tora runs off after.
Right, should we get some much needed food and have a rest?
Yeah, I do believe that food would be good.
Yeah. I think I'm only gonna have a little bit of drink. Being drunk once is enough today.
Alright.
I had a character question. You think removing the drunkenness gives you instant hangover?
I would say no.
Probably
Because
not.
they
No,
removed
because
the-
it's magical
Because they
healing.
removed the poison.
Yeah. So, you all follow the rushing Tora and Arngrim off towards the kitchen. Eventually, after a couple hours, the cooks themselves seem rather perturbed that some outsider is coming in here and directing directing the sous chefs and the other everyone else within the kitchen. But after a while, they seem to understand what you're doing. There's an atmosphere of you know what, this guy actually knows what he's doing. And eventually, you under your direction, Arngrim, there is a full banquet is prepared over a couple of hours. That's arranged within the main towering dining hall. It's bathed within the orange light of the magma from on the other side of the reinforced stained glass. You see, describe what type of food Arngrim helps to prepare, please.
Well, we're doing something for a queen and some warrior people. Arngrim, to be traditional, is going to have a lamb and a ram and have them slaughtered. A lot of stuff made with, goat's milk, stuff like that. Veal, since, lamb meat. He will have it covered in, since he has access to it, finer mushrooms. He will have thick and hearty stews. lightly fried cuts of various fish, since that's available here. Plenty of green things, mostly in small quantities, sprinkled over as seasonings and herbs. Overwhelmingly, though, it's mostly hearty stuff. Some things will be basted with beer or ales, assortments of fruits very finely cut up. And in fact, I got it. I'm gonna use it. Now's the time.
Oh boy.
Artisan baby. As he's gonna pull out his family recipes, and there you go.
Oh, 25. Nice.
Beautiful.
It's just chef's kiss.
As he literally makes gourmet meals.
And a full banquet of all of this delectable food is presented for the Queen, her entourage, your group. Eventually, you do see joining the table is Brator and Hidden Sean. They seem probably having been in many talks behind the scenes. As they also join the table. Brator, the High King, is seemingly very impressed. Goes, "No, this isn't the usual food. Have we got a new chef in? This is familiar."
Cue on.
Clamber through.
Oh, Angrim, I thought.
Come through, holding a tray. Alright, who ordered the saffron tarts?
The High King.
Everybody in the party gets one of the treats.
Oh, there you go. The High King goes, "I thought I smelled your cooking."
I thought I smelled that shit.
I thought I smelled some shit off my throat. Oh, my heart!
Ignore that roll. Just fill it in with something.
That's Angrim.
Okay.
That's Angrim's psychic damage from that.
Yes.
Fucking Minecraft sound.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I wouldn't get this because I got that hat treat from him before. Because it doesn't stack right.
As you all begin to,
Yeah, well, it refresh. You have another one.
Okay.
you all begin to sit down for the evening's meal. But before Tora says, "Father, I think we need to speak with you about some of these artifacts." Oh, what's Tell me, Tora, what's happened? Tora kind of looks towards your group expectantly.
Sao, for a moment, seems like she's about to speak, but then just looks to Liska. You should probably say this.
We killed the thing that was in the ring. It's all good. And she gives a thumbs up while she is just military style devouring food.
Yeah, just mouthful of lamb leg.
Yeah, well, we didn't fully kill it. We got the ring off Liska, and we defeated something called the Death Slod. It's how you might say, one of the children of an ancient beings. That is a more powerful version, and it corrupts people with madness and hunger and violence, and we beat the hell out of it down below in a safe place, and it might have destroyed a little bit of a casket or two of expensive wine, but we've solved the problem, and as he lifts up the necklace, we have it contained and caged and ready for purifications.
Wasn't it a ring?
Yes, he's
Aye,
wearing a ring on a necklace.
What
Oh.
what he says is true, Father. And you take let's see, particularly Vellum and Saoyun. You both see Sean, particularly as Arngrim's recalling the nature of this creature. Sean just kind of sits back in his chair, like, whoa.
I'm sure he'd be fine. He'd crit its face off, go about his business.
I mean, this would be our, what, third encounter with a creature of this kind? As in, elder godchild thing.
Yeah, but we don't want to tell them that just yet.
Did you say that in character or out of character?
Out of character.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes my, I slip up with the voices of it. My bad.
It's okay.
You speak of purification, Angrim, the High King says. They might be better suited locked far away, far beneath Dune Hollow, where no one can set their hands on them ever again unless to find ways to cleanse this darkness from it.
It could work. I am fearful, though. Because, well, Liska, you said the hammer reacted as well.
The axe.
Axe. Sorry, to be honest, I don't know much about it. It's kind of forbidden lore for my people.
To use an axe?
Well, yes, but no. More about that specific axe. Axes have a bad history, you see. A few too many grudges have been made over the severing of a chin. It's a long story. Point is, if you said they glued together, that they reacted somehow, where did you get that axe?
So I was just awkwardly looking towards Vellum and then Liska, like, I ain't saying that part.
We found it.
Right, but where? Because you came out of the mines with it. Was it in the mines? How?
Yeah, it was in his treasury.
I honestly don't remember where we did find that axe.
If we cut it from the spider lady, which is why no one's saying anything.
They got it off of one of the generals they killed.
Really? I thought no.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a gift
We got
from-
it. So we happened to kill some deep dwarfs for it. One of their head genitals. Genitals. One of the head genitals.
Dickhead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the dickhead got circumcised, and all that we have left is the axe.
Well, hopefully it did the job. But my worry is, and my point is, that's where you found it. Sticking her back down in the ground, where you got it, and learning, well, kind of the turmoil that's been under there, and what was said in the meetings. It really isn't a safe place to put it.
Tora nods towards you, Angrim, and says, I agree with Angrim. Plus, with all due respect, Father, not even I can hope to possibly cleanse these artifacts. The only one who'd know how to do that would be the one who forged them in the first place, and whoever that is, they is likely long dead.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they are long dead. Like, I know by dwarf standards you guys live for a long, long while, but I think this is a well overdue date.
Angrim, from your legend lore, you recall an individual called Bronn the Blackened, also known as Bronn Farrickson. You know his name as a long-distant relative of Clan Farrickson. The Silverhearth and Farrickson clans have a long-standing rival family lineage, from cooking and craft to competition over brides. Bitter relations.
Pearsons.
Yeah. Bitter relations, but not violent. A history exists between Uther Farriksund and you, Arngrim. A squabble over an unpaid tab of 6 silvers and 3 copper pieces.
I'm sorry, what?
Enough for dead.
Can you repeat that for me?
A history exists between Uther Farriksson and you, Arngrim. A squabble over an unpaid tab of 6 silvers and 3 copper pieces. Yes, yeah, you wrote this way in the beginning of the campaign, mate. These are your notes that I'm just reading.
These are your grudges.
Yeah.
I love how out of left field that is, but it sounds so in character.
And of course, Bron the Blackened.
I'll have you know it was 7 silvers and 3 copper pieces. Uther.
Bron the Blackened was always treated by the Farriksson clan, again, as a sort of stain on their history. Perhaps with your connection to ancestral spirits, Arngrim, there's a possibility you may be able to speak with this Bron the Blackened somehow.
I'll briefly sort of convey the bitter truth that is in no way biased of the Farriksson clan, and how slimy as they may be, Bron the Black was not fully representative of all of them, and maybe a step beyond in the wrong direction. But it might be possible. Because he's dead, right?
Oh, Bron the Blackened is long dead. Last you heard of him, he exiled himself from Mayland altogether after Nogdor Ashbite was overthrown. He escaped across the Ironsgate Wall to the Tahosian dynasty, where he lived out the remainder of his days in a series of ancient sunken temples.
That's right, I remember.
Yeah.
Well, hey Keen. Friends? Granka. Across Ironsgate, in the Tahosian dynasty, there is somewhere hidden the remains. Bron the Blackened. The vile ichor of a man that forged these items. At least the ring for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if he forged all of the rest. Terrible fucking cursed relic. If I can locate his corpse in one of the sunken temples of the lands, I'll be able to speak with his dead, beady little eyes and wring from, unfortunately not his mortal neck, the ways to remove this curse for good. We are able to cross the border, find which one of these temples, locate his remains and sanctify them. We'll have our solution. And some very shoddy at best, fancy paperweights, free of slutty souls and corruption.
You say slutty souls?
Slutty!
It's the accents.
Oh, slud.
Afraid people!
Gotcha.
And what makes you say that?
Slutty souls.
What makes you think that you just?
Oh, no Irish.
What makes you think that you're just going to get the solution to the problem from this conversation?
Well, I'm a Forge Cleric. I speak with souls, and I make things with souls. And, well, I don't make them out of souls. Souls help me make things. You know, I'll forge something. You know, let's come by the main Forge district after this. I'll show you exactly how.
It's a little late for forging. I'm just wondering if we go all the way over there and sort this out, and just for him to be mum about it, then where does that put us?
I'll get the truth. I put it on me chin. Might not have any hairs on me chin, but I'll put it on me shiny, bald chin. I will get that solution, and I'll strike that grudge.
Right, well, that's
Sounds
Yes,
like
sir.
we need a bit of a while for a prep.
we did just come out of a horrible underground place, and I think we could all use a bit of time to prep ourselves, have some rest, and not feel like we're about to jump into another massive problem.
Oh, hey. Well, there's no shame in resting. You spent some time in a shithole. Deep underground is not a dwarf. I wouldn't be surprised if you're a wee bit fatigued. So, let's rest about the capital, and I'll show you some of the wonders, and I'll see that sword you're bragging about, and we'll go from there and sort of hatch a plan with His Majesty's permission. And he looks to the king.
As you
Shrug.
as you look to the king, says, "What do you ask, Angrim? To journey halfway across the world that journey is going to be filled with risk and danger. You know that, aye?"
I seek it. I get to be like Grandpappy. So, I'm ready for to set off tonight. But if you need some rest, well, okay.
You are certain in your convictions.
I am beyond certain. It's my duty. My ancestors, spirits in the spirit of fortune. I'll find a way to make this ring and that axe and anything else a shining silver testament to my clan. If as he looks to the group and way up to Liska, if you're willing to help me.
I don't mind. Always nice to have someone with magical prowess coming along.
Not to mention good cooking.
Yep.
It would be nice to actually eat something besides rations.
Sure would.
He looks to the feast he's prepared.
Oh, trust me. In a moment, I'll be stuffing myself. So let's just get the formalities out of the way first.
You already started already?
He didn't even say the prayer. Oh, he's hungry, it's okay.
I mean, you can't put food this good in front of me and expect me to not.
Fair. Thank you.
Tor kind of turns to Tora and says,
Or to turns to Tora?
the High King turns towards Tora and says, perhaps these dark artifacts locked away beneath Doonhall would certainly prove an unmoving target on the Citadel to those who would seek their power. Something which would compound the many troubles the kingdom suffers under right now. Keeping these artifacts on the move and in capable, secure hands might be the best approach. He looks
We'll
expectantly
give
to the
turn
group.
out west. See a bit more of Malin.
That too.
I got to see some of the fights. Some of the Trials of Steel. I noticed one of our buried artifacts had already been found. Behind all of its locks and taboos. It made its way, shining in gold, into the capital. With your blessing, Your Highness, as he kind of nods to you, But, is that not proof that, well, along with finding these things, burying them away won't protect them?
Aye, you're right. Cleansing them is the only way.
Either cleansing them in entirety, or this is more just my take on it, and more of a story one. Build a dungeon around it. Fill it with absolute amount of traps you can, and then just leave it. Don't bury it in a tomb. Just booby trap the hell out of the area.
Oh,
Are
you'd,
they the baddies?
you'd have to be a madman to attempt something like that.
So I was just looking at the king with a more than a little serious expression. Like, she's partly ready to try.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, Cao Yun, but the simplest approach to this would be to cleanse the artifacts.
I fully agree. Not to mention, way cheaper.
Which is why I ask to you, Mountain Guard Angrim. He kind of stands up from his chair, takes what looks like a ceremonial hammer from his side, sits it in front of him before you, Angrim. Mountain Guard Angrim, do you swear an oath to never fall to the dark influences of these artifacts?
Fist over his chest. I do solemnly swear, on the credit of my clan, I shall never be tempted.
Do you swear to guard them as you would your family, friends and clan?
I do. I shall guard them with my honor as my sacred duty.
Do you swear never to let them fall into malicious hands?
I promise. I shall only trust them with my allies, and shall never let evil take hold.
And finally, do you swear to one day return these artifacts not as vessels of evil, but beacons of light?
They shall be a shining example, newly clad in silver and pride. I swear this.
Then kneel before me, Mountain Guard. And he takes his ceremonial hammer.
He kneel before Zod. Nice. Yep. Oh, I got it. Shrink me down so I may kneel before him.
There you go. wait, one second.
I like how there's a second Angrim still moving on my screen.
Why am I on initiative?
What?
Oh no!
Oh no, hang on.
King.
Nothing personnel.
Dead.
So, the High King, Restore Yornmire, sets his ceremonial hammer in front of him, takes it, and places the head atop your left shoulder, then the other. Mountain Guard Angrim, I charge you with the safekeeping and the eventual cleansing of these artifacts. May the light of Dune's forge burn deep within your breast, and may the song of his silvered harp guide you to the fulfillment of your task. And he
Bows his head.
sits his ceremonial hammer in front of him once more. I wish I could have made this charge more official, but I have many equally pressing matters to attend to.
It's official enough for me. I'll do you proud.
I know you will, Mountain Guard. He stands up, nods towards Sean, who follows him. Seems there's some more conversations to be had. Turns around to the rest of your group and says, I ask all of you, keep those items safe. There's no telling what havoc could be forged should they fall into the wrong hands.
We can do this, Your Highness.
He nods. I must leave you. More representatives of the High Chalice are to leave, and we must formalize these supplementary powers.
I have high hopes. I trust your decision, King.
And I trust your abilities, Angrim. He nods, makes his way out of the dining chamber.
He waits for him to leave. Oh, ladders! Ladders, do you know how important that talking is? It just means all of my family has race for fucking 10 centuries!
I'm
What are you saying?
I'm
You're making
grim.
less sense than I am.
Breathe.
It's like I speak Dwarven and I don't know what you're saying.
You speak Angrim.
Slowly. Breathe. Breathe slowly.
Oh! Drinks. This calls for cheers. And food. And we already have the food, but more drinks.
Mara says, Aye, drinks!
Drinks.
Drinks.
For the newly charged Mountain Guard.
Go on, Grim.
To Angrim!
To friends.
With a raucous...
Sal
Tim,
raises
Tim,
her own mug. And to adventure.
Yeah.
And to me.
Yes, yes.
Taliska. For not being a cannibal shite.
So, I mean, without me, we wouldn't have known that. Like, we wouldn't even been here on this journey, on this quest. I'm just saying, you're all welcome.
Yeah, if you hadn't been daft enough to put on a skull ring eating somebody, who would have known it was cursed?
I mean, it wasn't eating. It just has like a little gem.
Oh, I mean, it looks like it's eating somebody's blood.
Yeah, it's a skull that has like a little stone in it. It's fine.
Any dwarven eye would see a curse.
I mean, you say that, and yet a dwarven eye was the one that was wielding it. I'm just saying.
I mean,
Suliska mindlessly using magic rings. Swig.
Too much talking.
No, that's pretty king.
Just
Let's just. Let's just have fun.
It's Mara yells out.
booze.
and there we go.
Boo.
That's a good note to leave it on.
Can
To booze.
Can Fatmir get some juice?
Get us.
I'm sure-
Put that
I'm sure
cider
they have
back.
some.
Put that cider back. Whatever.
Here you go. Spicy apple juice.
Stop trying to give it.
She's older than you are, Vellum.
Either way, she didn't like it. What's up? Get the
Okay,
latest
it's
juice.
an acquired taste. The more you drink it, the better it tastes. It's weird like that.
I'm gonna
And-
go get some
We'll end it there. It's a good place to leave off.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that session.
Yeah.
Despite the fuck up in the middle here, it was fucking great.
Well, you know, unforeseen.
But that was minor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as Janner's computer's not on fire, I think we're
Yeah, we're good.
True that.
We still do have to illuminate the king on the whole, you know, underground spider people thing, but that'll be tomorrow's problem.
Yeah, Sao ain't opening that can of worms.
Yeah.
More
I mean,
cat
that was
spiders
gonna do
in
it,
this
but there was a
It
time.
didn't-
Just got done with a huge meeting.
Isn't that
That's
what
all
Azure
mine.
was doing? Like, wasn't that Azure's thing?
Yeah, I think that was more.
Yeah,
Aja's
but you
thing
didn't
than
mention the
anything.
fucking axe was from the spiders.
Yeah. I don't know if Azure did it or not. I think the plan was to like tell him at a later time.
Yeah, when I was alone. So
Yeah.
then I haven't worked with other
Either
people.
way, he'll find out tomorrow, even if he knows already. And by tomorrow, I mean next week.
Yes.
So, Skittles, anyone?
May I go first because bathroom?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, positive. Loving the interactions, learning more about sweet, juicy lore. Because I mean, we're in Mayland. We're going to be in Mayland for a while. It's fun to learn more about the world around us, and that's one of the reasons I had Vellum going off with her, was to learn more about like where she came from and about Mayland in general. So that was a neat little bit that I got to do. So I'm happy for that. Only negative I can think of, I can scrounge together, is be more aware of where NPCs are at a given moment and how they might react to things. Because we drag Mara along and then we disappear for like half an hour to do weird rituals and shit. And there have been times where like Vladimir has just been like vanishing in the background because we've forgotten about her or something. It was a very minor thing because like her and her guards are like waiting for good food, and then we're taking forever with this side business in the cellar, and they didn't seem to mind. So I'm just, you know, obviously it's fine.
Just
But
the lack of
Side
an
business in
NPC.
the cellar.
Obviously,
took
the cleric
maximum-
told her what was happening.
If shit had kicked off, then you know it's good to know where NPCs are at a given moment.
The whole thing in the cellar took maybe in-game wise like 20 minutes max.
Yeah, it was very quick. We got pretty lucky with that.
Yeah, you guys Novid that sucker down.
Yep. Don't fuck with us. We want to drink and eat and celebrate. Get
Mhm.
that
Fully-
wicked shadow
fully
shit.
rested
This is
party.
what happens when, you know, we get to burn resources on an encounter, then get them back really soon. So just
Mhm.
Yeah.
whip out that.
I didn't plan for it to
under-
be a long encounter. So,
Oh no, I
Yeah.
imagine not with one thing that we all gang up on.
yeah.
Action
Yeah, I'm
again.
sure. Yeah, I'm sure we'll see it later on as well.
Alright, does anyone want to say anything else?
Gabo, you have anything?
No, don't think so. It was fun. It's a nice little unexpected thing. Nice lore drop.
Cool. How about you, Dougie?
I think the only thing was more or less I thought we were just gonna be like, okay, we're gonna have downtime now.
Hmm.
So I was sort of expecting that, but I'm cool with eating myself into a food coma, and then, you know, next time when we pick up, then we get downtime.
Yeah, I suspect once we deal with the king stuff, then basically free reign, go off and do shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright.
That's it.
I'll stop streaming and recording then.
Well,
Short,
Oh,
sweet.
I still have stuff.
Oh, sorry.
I haven't said anything.
Yeah, it was just a bit of dead air. I thought people were finished. Go
I
ahead.
was just waiting to see if Ducky was finished. Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of an interim episode. Nothing really big necessarily happened. Like, a lot of the heavy stuff happened in the previous session. So, nothing positive or negative in that regard. One thing I just want to say, and this myself I am including in this, is that we need to keep track of how much time has passed in game versus out of game. Because
Agreed.
in reality, Liska met y'all, killed a dragon. There was some shady shit that went down that she very much didn't like, and then she was tasked by the king to go with y'all to find his daughter, and that was maybe a total of 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And y'all knew Azure less time, so it's like we did this whole arc over months and months of time, and it's just, and again, I'm including myself in this because I've slit with Liska, that yes, there are some bonds that can be forged in the heat of battle and having to rely on stuff, but
Personal bonds are not the same as combat bonds.
yeah. So just keep that in mind across the board, because there's just a couple stuff that's happened where it's just like, that's really odd that the character's only known him for such and such time, like would go against like hardcore intrinsic values. Also, this is kind of a weird, like, this has happened before and I've taken advantage of it too, but I feel like we need to discuss readied actions outside of combat, because you technically can't ready an action if you're not in combat.
Really?
Yeah, because it is something that happens within the turn. As soon as combat starts, as soon as, like, you have to, like, if you're ready in action, you have to roll initiative. And you can really only roll initiative when there's an enemy on the field. So, like, I know we did it when we were in the Illithid, like the Illithid brain, when we were going through the doors and it's just like, okay, bust that door open, see what they do, and then we run in. In reality, it'd be like, okay, doors bust open, initiatives rolled, and then things plan out, like things roll out the way they are. And I think we as a group have taken advantage of it before, where it's just like, okay, you do this, and then we'll all swing at once. And it's just a weird thing with initiative. It makes, like, there's a reason you can't ready actions outside of combat, because it bypasses the initiative order. But again, this is, if we feel like we can, like, if this is like a group, we're like, hey, let's do it, then it is what it is. But if you're gonna, I would say, if we're gonna function like that, then treat it as if it was a surprise round.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like,
If I can chime in on this, because I'm probably one of the biggest users of that circumstance. I wasn't aware that it was a core thing that you can't, because every group, every DM I've ever experienced with has sort of just used it, and I thought it was standard. Now that's no excuse for being incorrect, but
that's why I'm bringing it up, that we can discuss it.
Yeah, it's always been how it's been in my mind, and why it makes sense is if there's bad guys coming towards a door, and you know they're bad guys, and you know they're on the other side, and you know they're coming, you can get ready to shoot at them when they come in. They're coming in the door frame. You can be like, I want to shoot here, and like, as a person, you're like, I'm going to aim and then pull the trigger the second the door opens. That's what I view readying an action, being prepared ahead of time.
And I can understand that. And my argument against, well, not even an argument, but what the rules have within that is initiative itself. Like, how fast is your reaction time? Like, they're coming to a door expecting to kick it down, and if they think there's enemies on the other side, it really comes down to reaction time. Who is the fastest? If they're sitting there waiting to train crossbows, and we are too, initiative determines who can pull the trigger quick enough.
Hmm.
And
I'm fine with either ruling, so long as everyone's
Yeah.
on the
If,
And-
if I can
I mean,
chime
to-
in to support, actually,
Sure.
if it's okay. Avon's very much right in that, because initiative is the speed in which you do things. Readying an action is once things have already begun to happen, you forego what you would normally do. You are actively sort of slowing your initiative in what you do, because you don't do anything on your turn. You delay it and you do something later if something specific happens. If your turn comes back around, you used your action to ready an action and you never got to use it, it's just lost. You didn't do anything. It's important that we don't break initiative in that regard, because that's a mechanical balance. Because look how hard we kicked this thing's ass, because almost everybody got to have a readied action in. There are rules that exist for this, which is a surprise round, which is basically if the thing's initiative is lower than yours, you get to do stuff. But if your initiative is lower than it, you aren't considering having it surprised. It might be a little bit different in the rules, so I don't have it up right now to be specific, but that's what I recall from it. And it's very much that sort of case of we need to be mindful of why certain rules are in place and what the mechanical balance is, because nobody even really got hit or hurt during that, and it was just a complete mop for something that was really, really, really amped up and was kind of easy. And maybe it's because we did well, maybe it's because we all got to bypass initiative and basically just get a free round on it.
Or the fact that we're all kitted out with extremely good gear as well.
Well, I mean, that it wasn't even necessarily the result. One got a crit, which was nice. And, I mean, we're not super kitted out with extremely good gear. We have appropriate gear for a level 10 party. We do.
Sunblade, +3 weapon, just to name a few. Me shooting lightning.
Right. We're appropriate
And a barbarian
for a level 10
who-
party.
And a
I
barbarian
can
who
ask
refused
God
to do
to
anything.
do stuff. That's
Yes,
a
I'm
whole feature.
aware. I've tried that multiple times. So far, never succeeded.
Oh, I'm gonna whisper this to fucking Janner.
just a 1 in 10 chance.
What? Am
that is whisper.
But
I in trouble?
yeah, how dare you, Tanner? So
Depends entirely on how you
as
rule certain things, but we'll see.
to kind of continue back on the point, like, yes, I think we just need to be a bit more conscientious about it, because, like, if we're gonna ready in actions, we have to assume it's in a surprise round, and if we don't catch them by surprise, then there's really no way to do a ready to action. It's just your turn.
Yep.
So yeah, that's just for
I don't think-
kind of balance's sake.
I don't think we should have gotten a surprise round, because it was struggling to get control of Liska, because it knew what was happening. Janner even said it seems to know what's going to happen. So it makes no sense that we would have gotten halt action under the guise of it being like a surprise round, because it was aware and doing everything in its current power to struggle. So that's one thing we could consider, just to support, Avon's argument. Sorry for chiming in so much, but that's my support for you.
Appreciated. I think. Oh, jeez.
Oh boy. Don't have to do it a billion times. You could GM whisper so we don't clog the chat.
Yeah, that's divine intervention in a nutshell. Is never gonna succeed, but when it does, oh boy.
Well, here, since he's only level 10, just do. Actually, we can do. Let's do.
I would never allow divine intervention to be run off a D10.
Well, no, I said because he's level 10 right now. See, look, bam, one of them worked. Because you roll a D100 and it has to get your level or lower. So since he's level 10, he has to roll 10 or lower, and 10 out of 100 is 1/10. this is the only time you'd be able to do it, aside from level 20, and at that point it just works automatically. But so yeah, it's at least a 1 in 10 chance, at most higher.
19.
I
Or
just
like,
like
yeah.
rolling the big dice.
19 out of 100. So
Yeah.
almost a fifth.
The biggest clacky rock.
The big clacks. So big that
Big
they are
man.
round.
The big math rocks.
Okay, well,
The biggest math rock. Yeah.
I'm a Skloodle.
So I think that's it for
Did you
me.
have anything to finish on your?
No, just again, think of like when initiative occurs, like when it started and stuff like that. Initiative's a weird fucking thing. Like technically, if no, that's just gets it really stupid and complicated. But yeah, just ready to action, surprise rounds, things like that. Yada yada yada.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a personal skill. I know I talked a lot, but something different. Sort of beware of, again, establishing precedent. Because a spell works a certain way, and once again, we've sort of altered a spell to do something different. In the fact that no longer do you attune an item, you tune an item and you have a fight. And that can be cool, that can work. But we do need to be careful sort of what that means for higher levels. Now that we're moving forward, and a lot more of the curse stuff that we're going to encounter is also going to have, any powerful stuff to it, and what that could do. And just sort of, either establishing the precedent of meaning that that's going to be a thing that happens going forward, or also sort of like being certain that, precedent or not, that's what you want to do, because what was supposed to be a fun downtime roleplay session turned into a lot of combat and combat preparation too, because we had a new thing that happened. It's not necessarily bad, it's just not what we were planning or expecting or sort of hoping for in some cases. Like Ducky had mentioned downtime and things as well. So do be a little bit mindful, I suppose, of like when you alter a spell, what that means for the future, or if you alter just what happens, that has importance. Because
My thinking.
that took up time.
Yeah. I guess my line of thought was because this is essentially a cursed set item, basically. That the curse would be stronger. There would be more presence within it. There would be it's like because of the lore significance of this cursed set. I would imagine
Basically a legendary artifact.
Yeah,
Basically an artifact.
This is an artifact. By balance-wise, this is an artifact. Which comes into another thing. Artifact with a soul or something bound in it would be incredibly powerful, as it should be. And I now fully expect this to be in every single one. And it would make no sense if it's only in the ring and not in anything else, and it has all this stuff, and it's awakening them. Maybe this is the one that sort of activates them and the rest are dormant, but it makes sense to me that this is in every single one. And it would be weird now. Why is it just in this one item when all the other ones are strong? And they're already incredibly powerful. It's not only when they're together, it just activates the item. So it's one of those things where I'm anticipating now for every item we need to do this.
For every item of the set? Or just
Yes.
every... Oh, okay.
Every set item of this specific curse set.
Yeah. I do think, though, that at least... Because technically, in-game, we don't know how many items there are of this set. As far as we know, there's only 2. So, it's safe to assume, with the knowledge that we have, that, oh, hey, we can probably just, break 1, and that kind of disrupts the set. Break 2, and that's probably going to render the last piece if there are any extremely weakened or completely useless. So yeah.
And that is sort of a question. What would that mean for any remaining items if you have set-based things? If one gets destroyed, especially where you've established a catalyst, what's the precedent there? Does that mean it will never be a magic item?
Or just remain forever dormant.
Yeah. Is it still cursed?
Imagine
See, that's
being
just sort of the precedent when we get into this homebrew, and just things for us to consider.
I'm picturing this from a different point of view. Like,
Mhm.
if the last item would just permanently go dormant, I'm picturing this from, the soul that was used to, it be infused into it. Like, oh yeah, cool, me and my bros are gonna do shit, we're gonna beat this item set, we're gonna do shit, and then you never wake up, you never hear anything besides, the empty void of just existence within this item.
Just some. I'm sorry. I just like you say that. I just immediately thought of like frat bro slods. Just
Yeah, get
like,
with my bros, yeah.
We're gonna
Eat people, bro, yeah.
And at the
Just
end,
like
it's
backward, just like pop collars, backward turned hats, just like oh god.
in the end, in there in the void. This is
They're
fine.
wearing Adidas. They truly are Slavi.
Oh god.
Tracksuits.
No, they don't wear tracksuit, they literally have the
yeah.
white lines on
So
the
before
Yeah,
we get
literally
into before we get into
Yeah,
that
I
into the abomination that is Slavic sluts.
I think that's for me. Summarized, beware the precedents you set and how it could completely break other things. And also what that means for time. Because, instead of getting the fun, casual roleplay crafting session, a few people were anticipating, got a lot more meticulous preparing and then combat session. So
we got
worthwhile
lore
to
dump
be
and
aware.
combat.
And
And then another
I don't
quest.
think Alice is saying that it's a bad thing.
Not at all.
I'm not saying
Like,
that at
it's
all.
just-
I'm just
It
Like-
was just a surprise. Like we were just like, yeah. Be mindful was like, oh
Because it's-
hey,
For example, Spice has been here because he was supposed to do something today, and we didn't get to
Yeah,
do it because
yeah.
we had something sprung on us. And we also had conversations about like the items and cursed items. We talked about this, and it was sort of suggested or agreed upon not to do this, and that's what we ended up on. And then we come to the session, and you decide do this. So it's just a little confusing.
Right. I thought the thing was, Greater Restoration doesn't remove the curse from the
Yes.
items itself, which is what happens. It's not that the curse, it hasn't been removed from the items. It's just
I think it's
Yes.
a case of what expectations were. Like, we knew we'd have to do something about it, but we didn't think it would be an immediate,
Yes.
sudden issue that we need to deal with. So while it's not entirely a bad thing, it was unexpected, and we were a bit floundery for a bit.
Yeah, I
What
guess
threw
it-
me for a loop and why I asked, like, in character multiple times, like, is there no way to just break the attunement? That was me trying to subtly warn you what the fuck going on. Because we had talked about that it coming out would only be for purifying it. And that you shouldn't, in my opinion, have the breaking of the attunement cause the spirit to apparate, because that's it's different and kind of
But it is-
tedious in some
but it is
ways.
also and so I'm going to like slightly disagree on this because
Okay, feel free, this is just my opinion.
oh no yeah and I mean I definitely understand where you're coming from, where it's just like, oh hey, this is outside the realm of mechanics, like cool, but then this is also coming from the fact that Janner allowed you to use a spell that doesn't mention damage dice and cast it to kill
True.
the thing. So I
I
mean,
was just thinking about that.
yeah, so it's definitely Janner as the DM has pretty much carte blanche to adjust rules as he sees fit. And I feel like we're kind of coming at him a little too harshly for doing something where he's like, because he explained his reasoning behind it, and to me that makes sense. Like, yeah, you're
It's
right.
perfect sense.
Normally when you just break a cursed item, it's just like, okay, you're no longer tuned, cool.
But because it's an artifact, basically, a legendary
and
item.
so, and I don't think he was setting the precedent for just all cursed items. I think this is just a very specific instance.
Yeah, that's my thinking.
That alone isn't my problem. My problem is that we had talked about this, and we'd established something different, and then he did something different in the session, so I was confused.
I think I might have been confused as well. My line of thinking with that was that we agreed that Greater Restoration couldn't remove a curse from an item, and so we could instead have it be a quest to cleanse an item. That would give us an excuse to explore more of the world. I don't remember anything about the presence not coming out in the when removing the curse.
Because you talked about Greater Restoration causing the thing to appear, and you could fight it, and I'm like, you might want to do that just for, like, in the quest and stuff. I wouldn't, because nowhere in Removed Curse does it says it can remove it off of an object or anything like that. It should be a specific quest to do that. You should use it just by the spell, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. So, again, as Avon said, you're the DM, do whatever you want, and also it makes complete sense. Then an artifact would have that happen, and it would want to maintain its control and power. I was just confused because it was different than what we talked about, and we might have been slightly not on the same page.
Yeah, I think we may have been talking past each other at some point.
I think the problem is that we started agreeing with each other, but at some point we thought we agreed on the same thing.
That's probably what happened there. Sorry.
So we came to an agreement on different things.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen
which
before.
is totally fine.
It happens sometimes, man.
Yeah, that happened before, and it happens more often than I would like to be honest. But hey, this is why we have Skittles.
Yeah. This is what I was thinking with Baus and Jan having a conversation. CEO, board member. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do this. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Totally two different issues.
Yeah. Although I do like the idea of having it manifest during the cleansing. Perhaps it's angrier and stronger than before.
Yes.
Also,
that could work very well.
I mean, we did just get it out of the ring. Acid was attuned, so now it knows.
And sometimes, Janner, like, you just have to be like, as a DM, you can just say, "Yeah, this is how I want it."
This is what happens.
You're the again.
That's totally fine.
Like, I totally understand where you're coming from as a player and as something like that, but this is what I want to happen.
So, you're the CEO of
this is how
of
it's
this adventure.
And then you say, yeah.
You're the CEO.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm not saying you're wrong. I just totally want to specify that. That's not at all. My thing is I was just confused because it seemed like from what we talked about, that would be a cleansing part, not breaking the attunement.
Yeah. Okay.
I
lesson
thought we were on a different
learned.
page.
Yeah, we were on two different pages there. Okay. Lesson
Yeah.
learned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Memo needs to be sent and. Yeah. Okay then.
Does anyone want to do anything else?
As always? Good stuff.
Yeah.
Next session, Liska's gonna look for adamantine armor, and I'll see y'all guys later. Goodbye.
All right.
See you.
Have a good one, Even.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for session.
All right. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop streaming and recording then. So.
All right.
3,
Let
2,
me know when that's done.
1.